Hi, I'm Stuart. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Thanks for viewing my video. In this video, I give my reading wrap-up for the week of 12/10/2025 through 12/21/2025. I didn't complete any books this week. I read parts of 3 books, so I'll talk briefly about those 3 books. I talk about my reading plans for the remainder of the year. I talk about the videos I released. I talk about the Wooble I completed. I talk about the video game I'm playing. I talk about the music I've been listening to. And I talk about some other things in my life too. My 2-year BookTube anniversary was this month, and I'm going to do a video talking about it. But I also want to solicit questions. If I know, not too long ago I did a random Q&A video, got a lot of questions on that, which I appreciate. It was a really good video. But if there's any questions people want to ask now, I did get some questions, and I'm going to answer those questions. But if there's any questions people would like to ask me that I can answer in the video, please add them in the comments. I will wait toward the end of this week to see if I get questions, and then I'll do the video, release it late this week, maybe early next week. The first book that I had previously started and continue to read is The Strength of the Few by James Ellington. I'm reading this book as a buddy read with Rose at Rose_Drever on the Witchwood Coven Discord. I'm about 30% in. This is the second book in the Hierarchy series, so not going to say too much about it. Except in this book we have 3 different worlds, and there are some people that can be in more than one world. It's very interesting but pretty complex. It can be a little hard to understand what's going on. Very impressive world building. The second book I continue to read is The Dark Eidolon and Other Fantasies by Clark Ashton Smith. This is a bunch of short stories by a contemporary of H.P. Lovecraft, a contemporary and friend, and I'm very much enjoying them. I did start one book in this week and a half. That book is the Martian Chronicles 40th Anniversary Edition by Ray Bradbury. This is a book that I read decades ago, not too long ago. Pat at Book Chat with Pat read this book as part of a readathon she was doing. That got me thinking about it again. When I was in the library recently, I happened to see it, and I decided to borrow it. A lot of books I borrow from the library I don't read. I'm just doing to show demand. But I did decide to read this one. This particular edition is especially interesting because Bradbury has an introduction written in 1990, which was when the book came out. He talks about how this book came about. So that adds a special interest to me. I did subscribe to a magazine, Pro Wrestling Illustrated. I've mentioned before that I enjoy pro wrestling. Haven't been able to watch very much of it recent times. I did decide to subscribe to the magazine. So I've been reading that a fair amount. They do 3 really especially interesting editions. One is the top 500 wrestlers. The second is the top 250 women wrestlers, and the third is the top 100 tag teams. So I've been reading the edition with the top 500 wrestlers. As far as my plans, it is just to continue the books I'm reading, and I think I want to read a Christmas book. I don't have a particular one in mind, but I'll get something and start reading as soon as it's not something I have to finish reading before Christmas because that's coming on really fast, but just been kind of having a desire to read a Christmas book, and I'll pick one out and start reading it. There was a recent live stream week ago Sunday by Steph at Fallen to Steph, and as part of that, some of us opened our Secret Santa gifts that we got. And I was one of those people. I opened mine. My Secret Santa was Shauna at Shauna-Winnie, and she kindly gave me a couple of books, and one of them is Gate to Kagoshima by Poppy Kuroki, and the second is Wednesday, a novelization of Season 1. Much appreciative. Shauna giving me these gifts. In the week and a half I'm covering here, I released 6 videos. Those videos were reading wrap-up for the week and a half ending 12/9/2025, the end of the year book tag, BookTube Secret Santa, Christmas colors tag, BookTube Secret Santa number 2, and How's It tag. I am hoping to get back to releasing weekly wrap-ups, ideally on a Sunday following the week I'm talking about, but no later than the Monday following the week I'm talking about. I completed a Wooble. It is the BT21 Mang Donut Wooble. Somewhat testing one because there's a lot of parts that need to be attached by sewing. That is kind of my nemesis, doing Woobles. Not the actual act of the sewing, but keeping the parts I'm attaching where I want them to be. They seem to migrate a little bit, but I think this one came out pretty well. I'm soon going to start working on my Wooble's advent calendar. I know it's kind of late to start because it's December 22nd as I'm recording this video, but even if I started December 1, I wouldn't have completed all the Woobles in the calendar. There are 12 items, not all are Woobles, but there's 4 big ones and probably 4 or 5 small ones, so it takes a while to do them, but I am going to start very soon on that. As far as video games, I continue to play Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time. I am making some good progress in the game. There are 14 lives in the story. Those are various jobs that your character can do and become proficient at, and I've reached the 3rd level on all of them, the Adept level, and I've reached the Expert level on one of them. I was thinking of winding down when I reach the Adept level on all the lives, but I think I'm going to continue for now. And they are releasing some free DLC pretty soon, so even more game to play, and it's a very big game to begin with, a lot to it. As far as the music I listen to, I mainly listen to Katseye, Cain Culto, and Metallica. As far as other things going on in my life, my sister and myself had our Christmas dinner. My sister and myself had our Christmas dinner on Saturday, December 21st. We don't stand on having things on a specific day, sometimes before, sometimes after, if it works best for us, as long as it's close to the holiday. We ordered a very good turkey meal from a local restaurant. We Uber Eated it. Turkey, dressing, mashed potatoes, gravy, cranberry sauce. I had a chicken noodle soup on the side. I also got a chocolate chip cookie dough shake because Uber Eats suggested that as a good additional item, and they were right, it was quite good. And I had it with some soda. So, very good meal. We did have our first little snowstorm, first plowable event, nothing serious. Because I'm retired, I don't have to go out, so I can stay home when there's a snowstorm, and I don't take a chance. It's not worth wrecking up my car or getting hurt. Other than that, I went to the local mall a few times, walked. They have Santa there now. Saw a few kids talking to Santa. Always like seeing that. Gets me more in the Christmas spirit. Went out to eat a few times. Now I just want to give a brief medical update, and because I know not everyone wants to hear that, see that, I will put a little text at the bottom of the screen saying medical update. But beyond this medical update, there's really not going to be anything beyond my outro, so if you're not interested in that, you've seen everything else. I had my 4-month dental cleaning this past Tuesday. It went well. There was only one issue. The gum between my first and second upper left teeth is receded a good amount. It's like 4 or 5 on the scale they use, which is like the danger point. So my hygienist asked me to focus on that area and get a water pick to spray it in the front and back at a 45-degree angle to the gums. This is in addition to what I'm already doing, which is brushing with an electric toothbrush, flossing, and using Listerine Ultra Clean mouthwash. There was no doctor interaction this time. There'll be a checkup next time. I would be interested in knowing how your reading week went, what you're reading, particularly books you really enjoy. If you'd like to let me know, please add a comment. I'll also be interested in music you listen to. If you'd like to let me know, please add a comment. If there's not anything else you'd like to comment, please add an emoji. Could be a Christmas emoji, Santa emoji, Christmas tree emoji, because we're ever closer to Christmas. Could be a wrestling emoji. I noticed they have 3 wrestling emojis. Could be one of those too. Or an emoji of your choice. I hope you're having a wonderful reading week. I hope you're having a wonderful week in general. Enjoy this video. Please give it a like. Please subscribe. Please hit the bell to get notified when I upload future videos.